Let's start our YouTube channel. This is the first episode.
Okay. This is the 1995 Civic Del Sol SI. Some old lady that crushed a gas tank in '96.
When you were 2 years old?
No. This car has more money put into, has about twice as much money put into maintaining it as it cost new. And then I got it, beat the crap out of it, got it wrecked twice.
$1994 Turtomatic
That's a Matic.
Del Suck Balls.
On the Civic Del Sol. Maybe that's the old. This lady will probably cry if she knew what happened to this car by now. Oh man, gasket leak.
That's fine.
Axles are spraying diarrhea out.
A little oil leak, a little diarrhea.
This is what happens when you lower a car. The axles just start crying.
Little axles. Are you pulling on that? Because you're tightening it.
Yeah, you're right.
The other left.
Am I dumb? Yes, I am.
That was scary.
That's fine.
Hearing the lift click when you're standing underneath the car.
It's on lock.
All right. Earl. It's what's for dinner.
I'm only like 3,000 miles overdue. So this doesn't change.
What interval do you use?
Since I switched to full synthetic, I started doing 5,000.
5,000.
Just to keep it simple. It's like, it's at almost at 270 now, so do it at 270, 275, 280, 285. Keep it simple.
All right.
The oil says it can go like 7,500 to 10,000, but I don't like pushing high mileage engine that far. It's got like, it's almost 300K.
I change it every 10,000 in the Prius because I don't care about it.
Then newfangled Japanese cars are made to do that. German ones too. Mercedes actually have some service intervals at 15,000. Which I find just insane. Right on. My half-inch ratchet is in my car, or 3/8 I mean.
I got a new one. You want to see it?
Oh yeah. Ooh,
Well.
nice. I'm gonna use that, dude.
Harbor Freight tools don't suck anymore.
Harbor Freight's Snap-on knockoff. Snap off.
Snap off. I'm gonna put my phone underneath the oil.
See if I can burn myself on this exhaust while I'm taking this filter off.
You have the proper socket. Nice.
If you want to get an oil filter socket for a Honda, any Honda except the S2000, it is a 65mm 14 flute. You get an autocraft at Pet Girls for $5.
5 doll hairs. 65 millimeter.
Center punch.
Tripperson. Center punch. Oh, you're draining it.
Center punch.
I'm not sure that's necessary.
It isn't necessary, but whatever. And that dead blow though.
Look in the fourth drawer next. Yeah, there you go.
I know y'all like to steal my dead
Yeah, we're stealing your stuff.
just like I steal all yours.
Right.
If I had one of these big metal ones like I used to have at work, so it wouldn't be such a pain. Whatever. Or I can just, not care.
Rub it on. Crank it down. Don't you need to get like a big pair of pliers to put like 100 foot-pounds on there?
Yeah, the German torque spec is Guten tight.
Good tight.
Now just do it about hand tight, and then as much as you can crank it, just with a vaguely tight grip, so you don't overdo it. Bada bing. New crush washer. Replace your crush washer every time. They're like a cent at Honda.
I think you're supposed to tighten the bolt down until you feel it get loose again and then stop.
You don't need to use a torque wrench. Tighten it until it clicks and then back it off a quarter turn. Not really. 30 foot-pounds.
Busting out the torque wrench.
Honda OEM torque spec for all of their drain bolts is 30 foot-pounds.
What is that in Newton meters?
Like 100. I don't know.
1 million.
17. Excuse me. Why is that all loosened?
Grand National lurking.
Crying because it knows that this car's cousin beat it. But
Yeah,
the
well,
same thing.
there's no video evidence of that, so it didn't happen.
I do have a recollection of some mention of a Christmas penguin being a key to success.
The Christmas penguin. As if you don't feel bad enough for having been beaten by a Civic.
A Civic that has about $3,000 put into it and makes 190 horsepower.
And has a stuffed penguin dangling from the toe doodad on the
Actually,
back.
no. I don't have the Christmas penguin anymore, but I got something else in its place. I feel like I'm seeing how dirty it is.
Let's see what he's talking about.
Patrick Star.
Patrick, you're looking a little rough, Broham.
Yeah, that car leaks a little bit of oil. It's nothing.
Who you calling Pinhead? spray cleaner. I need to mop in here. It's a little dirty. Lowered car boards.
When you have to lift your car to get it on the flush mount lift arms.
Good morning, Mr. Tyler. Going down.
I wonder what happened to that bumper and that fender right there.
I don't know.
I vaguely remember somebody in a black Prius backing into it.
I do not recall that. Maybe that's to make up for the bicycle handlebar scratches going on the side of the Grand National.
So you hit my car out of Sprite.
Yeah. I do things for revenge purposes. Hello. Gotta make clearance to get the lift arms out. Jackie. Oh. Let's move the lift arms out. Oh, say you will.
This is the one troublesome dude.
Yeah, that one's a little snug. It's so beautiful. What? Mobile 1.
Switched over to Mobile 1 after I bought a 250-something thousand mile Del Sol. Pulled the head off of it. Previous owner said that it was still a factory sealed engine. Pulled it apart, and the inside of the head was cleaner than my D-Series head that I had machined and hot tanked. So there is
I remember
obviously
that.
something that works.
You take the valve cover off first and it looked like it was new.
Yep, so the valve cover off, aside from the dirt that had collected around the valve cover, it was the cleanest cylinder head I've ever seen. It was as clean as it was brand new.
Mobile 1.
Product placement. Unpaid advertisement.
I like to go to the junkyard and get my oil out of old cars.
They're not using it anymore.
Get my gas there too.
One, two, 3 quarts. Spec on these is about 4.4.
You don't need to buy no funnel. Cut the bottom off an old quart of oil. And then
Let that oil drain the head real quick. Make its way into the crankcase and the oil sump. And we are about about 3/4 of a quart over, which is exactly where I want it.
perfect.
Because the oil filter has nothing in it. Run the car for about 30 seconds. I'll fill that filter up.
Word.
I'll be back at that top dot. So this one took 4 quarts this time. It's a little bit different every time depending on how much gets drained out of it, how full of a drain you actually get. You get the oil all the way up to operating temperature as if you were driving it for about 18 hours before getting an oil change. It'll all come out pretty easily. If you only drive around the block like I just did, it doesn't get all of that. Add slowly because it is easier to add more than it is to take away.
I like to fill it all the way up to the top of the valve cover. Like that guy at Advanced Auto Parts. When I was working there, did it in the parking lot, filled the engine up to the top with oil.
Came back in, hey, my car won't run. I can't figure out why.
Because you are dumb.
It's hydro-locked, but backwards.
Wow, this turd actually runs. That's good enough. All right.
On cold start, Hondas are set up for about a 30-second cold start warm-up period where it adds extra fuel in there to try to make it run hotter or whatever, heat up the catalytic converter. So when your idle drops back down to normal on a cold start, it's about 30 seconds. Let me get some oil on the heat shield so it'll burn off and smell.
It's always good. I like the way they put the dipstick like 9 feet down inside of that heat shield.
Nice.
So that's
a little bit over.
focus. Okay.
This car consumes about a quart of oil every 4,000 miles. So overfill it just a little bit to give it that little bit of extra. Don't want to overfill it too much though, or your PCV will pick it up and suck it into your intake. And your car won't run right. You won't be able to figure out why.
And the crankshaft can splash around in it and foam it up.
That too. Yeah, no, I never did that to a brand new Q5 or anything when I worked at Audi. That never happened.
Okay, good. Let's celebrate that.
Didn't have to do a 14-mile test drive, doing full throttle the whole way to burn everything out of the intake.
Which is theoretically what you would have had to do had that actually happened.
Would have had to do. Oh man, my screw in there too far.
Did it come through the top of the hood?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was already beat up anyways.
Oops.
Also, a little tab out of there, and I'm too lazy to go buy another pop tab.
Oh well.
Do you have a bandsaw?
Bandsaw?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you done with your oil change?
Yeah. Signing off. Like, subscribe, comment, share.